Yes, now your attention required, please. It is the question number 8 from your exercise. The last question, page number 343. And we are going to solve according to the cases. The cases are about, please see, share forfeiture. Okay, for the non-payment of the call money. Then reissue of forfeited shares. Reissue of forfeited shares. Okay. And then transfer to capital reserve. Transfer to capital reserve. So we are going to pass these journal entries. 3 entries for each company. 3 entries for each company. Okay. तो हर कंपनी का जर्नल अलग करना पड़ेगा. जर्नल ऑफ आशा लिमिटेड, जर्नल ऑफ भक्ति लिमिटेड. लेकिन कैसा करेंगे, पहले आशा को देखते हैं, आशा को देखते हैं, आशा की तरफ देखते हैं. ओके, बाद में भक्ति की तरफ देखते हैं और एंड में कोनार्क लिमिटेड को देखते हैं वन बाय वन. So let us read and understand what is given to you. First of all, it is given to you that Asha Limited forfeited 100 equity shares of 20 each fully paid up. Fully called up, sorry. For the non-payment of the first call, rupees 3 per share, and final call, rupees 5 per share. Okay. So how many shares are forfeited? 100 shares are forfeited. Okay. What is the face value per share? 20 rupees per share. It is fully called up. Fully called up. And actually the first call, rupees 3, that is not paid. And final call, rupees 5, not paid. That means out of 20 rupees, 8 rupees not paid. मतलब कितना paid हो गया? 12 rupees paid. 12 rupees paid. So now, here Asha Limited Company is doing the share forfeiture of 100 shares of 20 each. Why? Because those shareholders, they failed to pay the first call, rupees 3, final call, rupees 5. Okay. So in this way, company is not getting total 8 rupees out of 20 rupees minus 3 minus 5. मतलब company को कितना मिला? 12 rupees. This amount is forfeited. Now, then what is given to you further? आगे पढ़ो. 80 shares of these were reissued at 15 rupees per share fully paid up. इसमें से 80 shares हमने reissue किए हैं at the rate 15 rupees per share fully paid up. But the 5 rupees is a discount which is offered on the reissue of forfeited shares. So step number 1 is the share forfeiture entry. Step number 2, reissue of forfeited shares. And step number 3, balance on share forfeiture is to be transferred to कैपिटल रिजर्व अकाउंट. बस इस तरह से केसेस के ऊपर आपको एंट्रीज करना है. ओके, सो लेट अस बिगिन. सो नंबर फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ए में 3 एंट्रीज आने वाला है. ओके, फर्स्ट एंट्री इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल अकाउंट डेबिट. इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल अकाउंट डेबिट. हाउ मेनी शेयर्स? 100 shares. What is the called up value? It is fully called up. So the amount is becoming rupees 20,000. I'm sorry, 2,000. Okay. Then to calls in arrears. Calls in arrears account, 100 shares multiplied by rupees 8. 8 रुपए कुठून आले? Why 8 rupees? 3 on the first call, 5 on the final call. 8 rupees not received. So that is becoming calls in arrears rupees 800. To share forfeiture account. Share forfeiture account rupees 1,200. So this is the entry number 1 in A case. In every case, A, B, C, we will take 3 entries. मतलब पहले forfeiture का narration लिखो. being 100 shares forfeited, 100 shares forfeited for the non-payment of the first call and final call. Non-payment of the first call and final call. Okay. Now out of this, 80 shares are issued at 15 rupees per share. Now entry for the reissue is a bank account debit. Bank account debit. In the bracket 80 shares multiplied by rupees 15. Okay. Amount is 1200. Share forfeiture account debit. Now why share forfeiture account debit? On these 80 shares, discount which is offered by company is rupees 5, and that discount we are going to recover from शेयर फॉरफीचर अकाउंट. डिस्काउंट हमने शेयर फॉरफीचर से रिकवर किया है टू इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल अकाउंट. इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल अकाउंट. ओके, इसका टोटल कीजिए आप 1600. So again, bank account debit 80 shares multiplied by rupees 15, 1200. Share forfeiture account debit 80 shares into 5, it is 400. To equity share capital account 1600. Narration. Being 80 shares reissued, 80 shares reissued at rupees 15 per share, 15 per share. And the discount debited to share forfeiture account. Debited to share forfeiture account. Okay. Now in A case, last entry. A case में last entry देखो. Share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve account. Share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve account. This is very, 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 very important. अब आपका सबका ध्यान होना बहुत जरूरी है. Okay. सगळ्यांनी असे डोळे मोठे करून बघा. Look here. Normally, how to calculate share forfeiture? I'm telling you. The share forfeiture is a 1200. Out of that, 400 debited to share forfeiture account that is utilized for a discount on the reissue. The remaining amount is transferred to the capital reserve account. लेकिन यहाँ पे आप ऐसा नहीं कर सकते हो because 100 shares are forfeited. 100 shares are forfeited and 80 shares are reissued. So all the shares are not reissued. तो क्या करना चाहिए? देखो, how to calculate capital reserve? Somewhere please write a working note. Calculation of capital reserve. Calculation of capital reserve. Okay. A case. देखो, for 100 shares, what is the capital reserve is 1200. Then what is for 80 shares? 100 के लिए इतना तो 80 के लिए कितना? So 1200 divided by 100 multiplied by 80. Calculate करा किती येतं बघा. You are getting the amount 960 rupees minus discount on reissue. Discount on reissue 400. then what is the amount to be transferred to capital reserve? Capital reserve में कितना amount जाने वाला है? Is a 560 rupees. So that is the amount to be transferred to capital reserve. Here you can write working note number 1 according to working note number 1. So I am giving you the re-explanation for this. Okay. Listen to me carefully. So actually calculation of capital reserve, 100 shares are forfeited, for which 1,200 is a share forfeiture. But out of that 80 shares are reissued. Then what is the share forfeiture on 80 shares? 100 ला 1,200 मग 80 ला किती? त्याची amount येते 1,200 divided by 100 into 80 upon 1 is 960 rupees. किती आले? 960 रुपये आले. 960. Now out of 960, 400 is utilized for the discount on the reissue. वो यहाँ पे minus करो. So what is the remaining amount transferred is the 560 rupees. Very simple. Okay. But the calculation is to be taken in this way. When all shares are not reissued. अगर सारे शेयर इशू किए होते तो प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं आता था. 1,200 minus 400, 800 आंसर आता था यहाँ पे 800. But here all the shares are not issued. Out of 100 shares, 80 shares are issued. That is important. Now, इसका narration लिखो. Being balance on share forfeiture account. Balance on share forfeiture account. For 80 shares, 80 shares. Transferred to capital reserve account. Transferred to capital reserve account. Okay, now B case पे जाएंगे हम लोग. पहले ये A case था, ये हमने कवर कर लिया, उसका एंट्री नंबर 1 2 3 था. अभी यहाँ पे लिखते हैं वो. चलो. Now it is a journal of Bhakti Limited. Okay, वहीं पे आप एक छोटा सा अलग जर्नल बना दो. जर्नल ऑफ भक्ति लिमिटेड. भक्ति है पर लिमिटेड है, तो क्या फर्क पड़ेगा? ओके, so let us begin. Please see. तो पहले तो यहाँ पे हम लोग लिखते लिखते जाएंगे. Now let me wipe it out. Same case रहेगा. Okay. So let us see what is given to you. Bhakti Limited forfeited 100 shares of 10 each. 6 called up. Underline 6 called up. It is not fully called up. It is ₹6 called up. Okay. Upon which, okay, shareholder paid application money and allotment money 5 rupees per share. Of these, 80 shares were reissued as a fully paid up for 16 rupees per share. देखो अच्छी तरह से, मैं पहले यहाँ पे लिखता हूँ. I'm writing over here. 100 shares of 10 each. Now forget this. What is called up? 6 rupees called up. Okay. On that, what is paid up? Paid कितना हो गया? ₹5. So what is amount not paid? Not received, or we can say considerable, ₹1 per share. Okay. So 100 shares are forfeited and they are 6 rupees called up. So whenever you are taking the forfeiture entry, equity share capital account should be debited with the called up amount. Called up amount. Not with 10, with ₹6. तो 100 into 6 करेंगे हम. उसमें से 5 rupees हमको मिल चुका है, but 1 rupee not received. That's why shares are forfeited. Okay. In the first case, what was the case actually? Here, the shares were fully called up. Fully called up. Out of that, first and final call, 3 rupees and 5 rupees, 8 rupees total not received. So shares were forfeited. Then reissued, then capital reserve. Here also same 3 entries, but calculations are involved. आता पहिली entry बघा, पहिली entry. Equity share, capital account debit, 100 shares multiplied by rupees 6. So 100 shares multiplied by rupees 6, 600 rupees. Correct. To calls in arrears. Calls in arrears. 100 shares multiplied by rupees 1 rupee. Okay, that is 100 rupees. To share forfeiture. To share forfeiture. 500. Simple. 600 minus 100, 500. Or 100 multiplied by 5 rupees. कितना पे किया उतना forfeit किया. क्यों? क्योंकि 1 रुपये नहीं मिला था. Simple. Narration. Being 100 shares forfeited. 100 shares forfeited for the non-payment of the first call. Non-payment of the first call. Okay. Again, out of that, how many shares are issued? Carefully baga. So 80 shares are reissued at rupees as a fully paid up. Na? Were reissued as a fully paid up for rupees 16 per share. यहाँ पे कुछ ना कुछ गड़बड़ है. Okay. Fully paid up rupees 16 per share. असं म्हटलं त्यांनी. That is actually wrong. Make it 6 rupees per share. मतलब वहां पे प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक है. Make it 6 rupees per share, not 16. क्योंकि 10 रुपए का शेयर है. 16 रुपए के लिए हम लोग रीइश्यू बिल्कुल नहीं करने वाले. मतलब प्रीमियम करके दिया तो बात अलग है, but it is not given to you like this. So actually it is reissued at 6 rupees per share. Okay. And 6 rupees per share, that means actually very important. The called up value is the 6 rupees and reissued at 6 rupees. Called up value किती है 6 रुपए आणि reissue value किती है 6 रुपए. So there is no discount offered on the reissue. Discount is not there. Okay. मग second entry कशी येणार आहे बघा. How to take second entry? Bank account debit 80 shares multiplied by rupees 6. 480 rupees. To equity share capital account. Equity share capital account. 80 shares multiplied by 6 rupees. Yes. No change in that. Now compare this entry. ये जो entry आप compare करो और ये entry भी compare करो. यहाँ पे हमने 5 rupees discount दिया था. 5 rupees discount was offered. Okay. Because the called up value was 20, reissued at 15, so 5 rupees was discount. Here called up value 6, reissued at 6, no discount. Discount तच नाही. मग आपण कुठून घेणार? Narration. Being 80 shares reissued at rupees 6 per share. Paid up. At rupees 6 per share paid up. 6 per share paid up. Okay. Now the last entry, उसके लिए हमको वापिस एक बार कैलकुलेशन करना पड़ेगा. Share forfeiture account debit. Share forfeiture account debit. to capital reserve account. Capital reserve account. Okay, how to calculate? Share capital, share forfeiture account due to capital reserve account. How to calculate the capital reserve? Working note. Working note number 2. Calculation of capital reserve. कसं calculate करायचे बघा. For 100 shares, the share forfeiture is 500. Then what is for 80 shares? Okay. 100 shares ला एवढे, 80 shares ला केवढे? करा calculate. 500 divided by 100 multiplied by 80 upon 1. So you are getting the amount 400. It is not utilized for discount on the issue क्योंकि discount on the issue इसमें है ही नहीं. यहाँ पे discount on the issue है ही नहीं, तो मतलब ये पूरा 400 rupees आपको यहाँ पे ट्रांसफर करना पड़ेगा. Transfer to capital reserve. Okay. Now look at the answer below. देखो answer. Amount of forfeiture is 500. B का आंसर देखो. और कैपिटल रिजर्व का अमाउंट कितना दिया आपको? 400 rupees. करेक्ट है? So you can understand that 16 rupees was a printing mistake. It is required 6 rupees. Okay. Narration. Being balance on share forfeiture. Balance on share forfeiture. Transferred to capital reserve account. Capital reserve account. Balance on share forfeiture transfer to capital reserve account. Okay, now we want to actually take the entries for C. C केस का एंट्रीज लेना है. उसके लिए मैं इसी जर्नल को थोड़ा सा refashion कर देता हूँ. I am going to adjust the same journal. Okay, wipe out करके हम लोग उसका काम बनाते हैं. Till that time you read, it is Konark Limited. C case. Okay, your attention required to be a लक्ष द्या. Same 3 entries will be there. Sameच entries येणार आहेत, फक्त नीट समजून घ्यायचं आहे. So now look at the problem carefully. Konark Limited forfeited 50 shares of Danish. 8 called up. Underline 8 called up. Called up very important, huh? Because whenever, remember my statement, whenever shares are forfeited, they are to be debited with the called up value. The shareholder failed to pay the first call 3 rupees per share, and later on 30 shares of the shares were reissued at 7 per share. Okay. अब देखो 8 रुपए का शेयर है, मतलब कॉल्ड अप. जब आपने फॉरफिट किया तो उसका कॉल्ड अप वैल्यू कितना था? 8 रुपीज. ओके, आपने तो फॉरफिट कर दिया. बाद में इसमें से 30 शेयर रीइश्यू किया at ₹7 per share. What is the discount offered is ₹1 per share. Okay, so let me write over here. देखो 50 shares are forfeited of ₹10. This is the face value. लेकिन इसका कोई काम नहीं है because called up value is important. Called ₹8 per share. So ये important है 8 per share. Okay. Now, actually, that shareholder failed to pay what? Failed to pay calls in arrears. Calls in arrears. ₹1 per share. Okay, 1 per share, na? 3 per share. Sorry, 3 per share. So, what is amount paid by shareholder is ₹5 per share. मतलब देखो. Out of ₹8, ₹3 that shareholder failed to pay. That's why ₹5 are forfeited. Okay. म्हणजे ₹8 से डेबिट करायचं, ₹3 कॉलचे एरियस क्रेडिट करायचं आणि हे शेअर फॉरफिचरला किती जाणार? जेवढे आपण त्याचे फॉरफिट केले तेवढे शेअर फॉरफिचर जाणार. ओके. सो द जर्नल एंट्री नंबर 1 इज इक्विटी शेअर कॅपिटल अकाउंट डेबिट. Equity share capital account debit. 50 shares. Multiplied by ₹8. Okay. So the amount is 400 only. To calls in arrears account. Arrears का कितना होता है? 50 shares multiplied by ₹3. 150. And to share forfeiture account. Share forfeiture account. कितना आएगा? 400 minus 150, 250. Or you can say 50 into 5, 250. 50 shares into ₹5, 250. मैंने 400 minus 150 करके 250 निकाला, तो ये 250 वैसे भी आता था. 50 shares multiplied by ₹5, 250. बात एक है. Narration being 50 shares forfeited for the non-payment of the first call. Non-payment of the first call. Okay. Now reissue wala entry. Bank account debit. How many shares are issued? 30 shares are issued. 30 shares multiplied by ₹7. It is ₹210. अब देखो, शेयर वैसे देखा जाए तो ₹10 का मत बोलो, ₹8 का बोलो. Called up value. इसमें हमने कितने में इशू किया? 7. So what is the discount allowed is ₹1. मग तो डिस्काउंट कशातून घ्यायचा? शेअर फॉरफिचर मधून घ्यायचा. शेअर फॉरफिचर अकाउंट डेबिट. 30 shares multiplied by ₹1. That is ₹30. To equity share capital account. Equity share capital account ₹240. Being 30 shares reissued. 30 shares reissued. And the discount debited to share forfeiture account. Share forfeiture account. And now the last entry. Share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve account. share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve account. Okay, चला याचा capital reserve तुम्ही calculate करून मला सांगायचं. You calculate it and tell me what is the amount. I'll be waiting for 2 minutes. 2 minutes वाट बघणार मी. Actually, share forfeiture is 250, and on the discount on the issue, what is the amount utilized is 30. And now you tell me what is the amount of third entry. Third entry का amount कितना आना चाहिए? वहाँ पे आंसर है, लेकिन वो आया कैसे आपको बताना है. You should tell me. बोल दिशा.
हाँ सर.
बोलो, आप बोल रहे ना कुछ. बताओ.
सर मैं कुछ नहीं बोली.
नहीं बोली? अच्छा बोलो. अच्छा ठीक है.
हो गया सर.
हाँ बताओ अभिमन्यु, कैन यू टेल एक्सप्लेन मी दिस प्लीज.
यस सर. तो हम पहले तो जैसे पहले वाले हमने कैलकुलेट किया है जो फॉरफीचर, तो 30 into 250 upon 50, इसका आंसर 150. उसमें से फिर डिस्काउंट माइनस करना है 30 रुपीज, तो आएगा 120.
करेक्ट है. ओके, तो देखो फॉर 50 शेयर्स, ओके, what is the amount of the forfeiture is rupees 250. Then what is for 30 shares which are issued? Okay, इस तरह से कैलकुलेट करना है. So actually 250 divided by 50 multiplied by 30. Okay, so you are getting the answer 150. And what is utilized, मतलब इसमें से हमने यूज कितना किया? Utilized, okay, is 30 rupees. And what is the balance is now 120. So 120 is the balance and to be transferred to capital reserve account. पुन्हा एकदा बघा, 50 शेअर्सला 250 होतात, तर 30 शेअर्सला किती होतात? 150 होतात. त्यातला तुम्ही डिस्काउंट साठी किती अमाउंट युटिलाइज केलेली आहे? 30 रुपीज. मग ते मायनस करायचे. 150 minus 30 is 120. Narration. Main balance on share forfeiture transferred to capital reserve account. So that's all for this particular part. हमारा पूरा हो गया exercise. Okay, in our next session we will try for the illustrations.